Hey guys, seems like you're back here for part 2 if you're watching this video. Or, if the YouTube thing on my channel plays this video automatically, go watch part 1 if you haven't already. This up for the last 3 matches of the Vengeance 2011 pay-per-view. Starting off with Randy Orton defeating Cody Rhodes in an okay match. Wasn't too awesome, but still, nonetheless. Cody got thrown across the ring by Randy to start off the match. What a way to make Cody look weak to begin the thing. Cody did a springboard kick. It was counted into a clothesline by Orton, which was nice. Great knee to the back of the neck by Cody from the top rope. I think it was the top rope, but it was a great move nonetheless. And knowing Randy's neck and shoulder problems, that was actually a good way to do the move. Cody then did a Lion Tamer Walls of Jericho position, and then went into a Walls of Jericho Boston Crab. I can tell you now, Y2J will be complaining on Twitter for that. He always complains on Twitter when someone steals his moves. Gah. Orton is selling the move well, though. Great job, Randy. Well, gotta clap you for that. Randy, though, nearly does botch his schoolboy turnbuckle pin. Goes for it and nearly goes right underneath it. Cody hits an Alabama slam on Orton. And do you know what? I find this interesting. Not many people may have noticed this, but Orton's foot goes right in between Cody's legs and catches him in the nuts on the way down. To me, disqualification. There is no way that could not be a DQ. You hit someone in the nuts. I don't care if it's unintentional. You hit Cody in the nuts. DQ. Cody then went up for a moonsault. He missed it, and basically the best way to do a moonsault is you literally hang in the air for as long as possible or make it go really far away. Then you could sell it like a boss, much like her Angle did, and Cody did sell this like an absolute boss. Great on him. Orton is on the attack, and again is showing no signs of hurt. Now, he's obviously been pummeled, had some submission moves on him where he showed a lot of agony. Why isn't he selling it? Still, he's not doing as much as he used to in the previous matches. Cody gets out of the Hangman DDT, twists the arm around, and then Orton hits his backbreaker out of nowhere. Great sequence of countering there. Cody then knocks Orton off the top rope, hits a moonsault with precision, and guess what? It turned in midair slightly. Awesome. Gets a 2 count. One of the bad guys and distracts Orton. Cody hits the crossroads, but Orton kicks out of it. I'm saying at this point, please don't make Randy win it this way after he kicked. The thing is, in my opinion, the Crossroads is a lot more sickening and hurtful than the RKO, because you're getting span round first and land bang on the top of your head. RKO is just face with shoulder. To me, it's not really as impactful. Cody taunts Orton, trying to do his snake-like mannerism taunts, which is funny. Orton hits the dropkick to stop it, hits Hangman DDT. The other bad guy the bagman guy, tries to come in. Rhodes ran into him. Orton hits the RKO and gets the win. You know what? It's good to finally see the bag people interject themselves. I've been waiting to wonder when they were going to do that. Cody looked strong at times during this match. Great match to show his ability. However, losing to Orton will do nothing to help him. Some great moves, great selling by Orton at some point. Did nothing to take away from this crap loss for Rhodes, meaningless win for Orton. But nonetheless, I enjoyed this match. The crowd weren't really into it, but I enjoyed it. Orton at least showed he was vulnerable, which is great. See Orton on the end of a beating for once and actually take it like a bitch. I feel this was a good match for what it was worth. 1.5 stars. I enjoyed it. Some great moves in there. Some great counters. Really good stuff. I liked that match. Then, Mark Henry versus The Big Show ended in a no contest. You're going to find out why when you listen to this. I'm not telling you now. But basically, does that mean my prediction of Mark Henry retaining the title stands? Because it wasn't no contest after all. Yeah, anything's possible. Well, first off, Big Show lifts Henry. Well, after a furious fight in the corner, Big Show then puts Henry out of the ring. Henry then climbs in on the apron, and then Show just lifts him right back in the ring. Never seen Henry be lifted in some ways like that, but then again, this guy is one of the world's strongest wrestlers, so. Henry runs and Big Show hits a super kick. Yeah, you heard me right. This is a super heavyweight in the Big Show hitting a super kick on another super heavyweight. Has the world gone mad? Mark Henry then realises after getting out of the ring after that, you know what, I've had enough of this. Grabs the title, wants to run. But obviously Big Show stops him and has none of it. What a way to make Henry look weak. Henry then scoop slams the Big Show. Holy shit! Damn! Takes a lot of momentum for that. Knee drop, elbows, and a leg stretch on that injured leg of the Big Show. Psy-fucking-cology! Keep working that body part. And Eve, that is how you sell a submission with Big Show's writhing around in agony. That's how you sell a submission. Damn it. Big Show tries to scoop slam Henry, but the leg gave way for a cover for Henry. Henry then twists the foot and the ankle bone standing up. More psychology. Both Henry and Show collide with each other, going for clotheslines. Both men are on their knees, laying out punches. Orton, learn a lesson from this. This is how you sell the physicality of a match. You are getting the shit beaten out of you. You might as well show it. Show scoop slams Henry and at last does it. His leg doesn't give way, which is a bit of an annoying thing for me. He sold the match well up until this point. And then choke slams him. Gets only a 2 count though. 2 count. Henry then counters the punch and hits the world's strongest slam, but Show kicks out of that! Wow! These two are resilient tonight. Henry goes to the top rope. Big Show then goes up and hits a choke slam from the top rope! Holy shit! Amazing! 1, 2, Henry kicks out. Show has this anguished look of disbelief. It's so awesome. This is the type of frustration that should be shown, and not just an emotional feud, but a title match. Because I miss those days where people really got pissed off at not winning a title match or getting this close. You don't see that emotion a lot, no? Anyway, Big Show goes to the top rope. Henry then goes up with him. And you're thinking at this point, oh, what the hell's going to happen here? Oh, second rope, superplex from the top, breaks the ring. Just like Lesnar from 03. Damn! It's not as good because 3/4 of the ring is still a quarter of the ring is still technically staying in place. But I gotta tell you, I didn't see that coming. I was thinking, okay, he's probably gonna get thrown off and Big Show does a splash from the top, or maybe Henry does something to do with like a double arm suplex or something. Maybe something epic from the top rope, like a powerbomb or something. But superplex will do fine. The EMTs come out. Some people are booing that, thinking, oh, fuck off. These people have just collapsed the fucking ring. Look at yourself and think about what you just did. This is definitely ending in a no contest. Show's taken out on a stretcher car. Henry's refusing help from the EMTs and his former manager, if you know your history, Teddy Long. Despite this ending in a no contest, you know, this is a shining example of in-ring psychology in a match. An emotional feud and 2 super heavyweights pulling off a great match. Because again, Money in the Bank they did good, even though it was very short. This time, same thing. This somehow kept me excited throughout. I loved it. It shows me these two can actually wrestle with each other. Ending was slightly unexpected, despite it ripping off the Lesnar Show match from 03, which of course was the defining moment that made me a wrestling fan officially. But, you know what? To be honest, it was definitely worth it for me. I maybe mark out there a bit because I never expected they would go down that route again. And you know what? It's a good thing here. That top rope choke slam, move of the night for me. That was move of the night. Nothing better than a top rope choke slam. Good to see Henry just retain the title, and the Big Show continues to earn my respect, putting on good matches one after the other. This is great. 12 years of being in the WWE, he knows how to pull off a good match. Orton, learn. Okay, you've nearly been in here for 10 years. You should understand. Well deserved 2 stars for a match that exceeded my expectations. Definitely exceeded my expectations. Ooh, sorry, my elbow just slipped off the armrest. But you know what? It was a great match. Definitely, it was 2-star. It was obviously it was a big guy match. Wasn't expecting too much, but the psychology made it. The ending of the match, great physicality of it all. 2 stars for the aura around it as well. It's all good. And then finally, Alberto Del Rio beat John Cena in a last man standing match to retain the WWE Championship in a actually quite good match. And you know what? They're going to fight on the broken ring. That must be a first. Honestly, that must be a complete first. And you know what? Cena has changed his merchandise again. Fucking hell, what is the point? You know what? And he's standing next to a Cena hater. Cena's t-shirt says, "Rise above hate." That guy, that Cena hater, you just got pwned. Anyway, King mentioned actually for the last time this ring broke, it was when Brock Lesnar was in a match. Win for King! You mentioned this! Awesome! Anyway, Cena gets thrown into the ring post face first on the outside. Cena then gets out, elbows and punches Del Rio before Del Rio fought back with a kick and some backdrops to weaken the back of Cena. Good idea. Cena went for the FU, Del Rio counters with a backstabber. Nice. So Cena does his moves of doom, goes for the FU. Del Rio countered into a German suplex. Nice! They are fighting on a broken ring here, so kind of put it in perspective. Cena got hits a gut-wrench side suplex. Cool. Del Rio reverses a Cena run with a tilt-a-whirl backbreaker. Del Rio drives the broken ring post into the ribs of Cena. Ingenuity. Cena gets up and hits the FU on Del Rio, and both men are now down. Cena goes for another FU, and Rodriguez saves Del Rio's ass. Cross-arm breaker gets countered, but Del Rio locks in a sleeper hold at this point. Del Rio is thrown by Cena all the way from the canvas into the barricade, which is a sickening spot. Del Rio then throws Cena into the steps. Rodriguez tries to assist, but is then dropped balls first on the steel post. Del Rio is then scissor sweeped into the post, which acts as a seesaw and hits Rodriguez right in the balls again. Ouch! I feel for you, man. Del Rio dodges the steps and throws Cena into them, ramming Cena's head into another set, allowing the ref to count the Cole. Cole is stupid, saying that we've never seen the ring in play before. Did you hear King earlier, you son of a bitch? Cena fights out, and Del Rio at 9 into the backstage area. They're going in there, throwing the Mexican aristocrat into the refreshment table. Cena then lifts an equipment box over, and Del Rio got out of the way just in time. Del Rio scoop slams Cena onto the box. It sounded quite painful. Cena barely got up after that. Del Rio drops the interview set pieces in the background onto him. Cena just gets out before the 10 count. He's just surviving here. Go back to the stage area. Rodriguez assists. Cena is then thrown into the big V on the stage. Del Rio then sets up a table, puts Cena on it, climbs up the fixture thinking, okay, big jumping moment. And then Cena goes up and throws Del Rio off this fixture through the table. Damn, I thought that was it. And Del Rio gets up at 8. They brawl in the crowd before going to the timekeeping area. Cena then gets thrown to the announce table. We lost the commentary. King and Booker are fine. Cena then throws Del Rio into the barricade and Rodriguez is then taken out. Del Rio goes for an enziguri on the steel set but hits the steel post. Dear God, that is painful. Great selling by Del Rio as well. Cena goes for an FU, climbs up the steps and FUs him through the table. This thing is over. But do not count your chickens before they've hatched just yet, because Miz and R-Truth are in here! Yay! And they're beating Cena down! Skull-crushing finale and a flatliner. Del Rio is getting to his feet. Cena is down, but somehow, someway, Cena is getting up. Fucking hell, I don't believe this. Del Rio then rams the belt into Cena's face. Both men are down. Cena can't get quickly enough. Del Rio gets some help from the fans and he wins. I was not expecting that ending. Del Rio won it. I felt he would win it, but I still had my doubts. Cena came bloody close. This was definitely one of the better last man standing matches since the start of the PG era. With its backstage use, weapons, stage, and a broken ring highlights exactly that. Back and forth action with Cena selling the match. Yeah, Orton, do learn from that. And this felt like a real slugfest and proved its worth as a main event. Fun match. Did, in my opinion, not go on for long enough. It needed a bit more time and more backstage interaction, but I was satisfied. You know what? Second pay-per-view running, WWE Championship match, best match of the night. 3.5 stars I'm going to give that. And guys, I'm going to end up on this note, because again, coming out of a pay-per-view, I feel satisfied, mostly because the pay-per-view ended correctly. However, there were some throwaway matches that didn't feel right for the pay-per-view and got the ratings they justly deserved. This show was a mixed bag, like most pay-per-views are nowadays. I'm still happy with it. I'm not too disappointed. It wasn't the best show in the world, but this night was lucky not to get some zeros. I'm so close to giving at least 2 of them zeros. But you know what, I'm being nice. Overall, an average night. Did exactly didn't feel like a rubbish night, despite the few matches that were shit. Overall, this pay-per-view gets a respectable 5.5 out of 10. How's that for you? Same as WrestleMania, but WrestleMania did have 2 4-star matches and 3 0 matches. So it balances out just nicely, in my opinion, doesn't it? So if I kind of rushed towards the end, but I didn't really know how much time I'd have, and I've got quite a bit of it. Ooh, interesting. So guys, I've been Queen Crazy. You've been watching my Vengeance pay-per-view review. Subscribe up here. Q&A moderator on the channel. The comments in the comments section. I'll be seeing you guys next Wednesday when I hopefully will have a new laptop up and running. I'll see you then.